Vertical and horizontal antennas are everywhere. You see them on homes, towers, vehicles, boats, and even handheld radios. Sometimes they're mounted straight up. Sometimes they're stretched across the sky. At first glance, they don't seem all that different. They're both pieces of metal connected to a radio. They both transmit. They both receive. So why do they behave so differently? Why does changing an antenna from horizontal to vertical completely change the way it performs? The answer has very little to do with the wire itself. Let's see why. Whenever a transmitter sends power into an antenna, electric current begins flowing. That current travels away from the radio through one conductor. But current can never flow in only one direction. Every complete electrical circuit must have a return path. Without a complete path, current cannot continue flowing. And without current, the antenna cannot radiate. So instead of looking at the wire, let's follow the current. Because once you understand where the current flows, you'll understand how the antenna really works. Let's start with one of the most common antennas, the quarter wave vertical. From a distance, it looks simple. One metal element standing upright, but that's only the part you can see. The current leaves the transmitter, travel up the vertical element, and then it must return. That return current usually flows through radials, a counterpoise, or another conductive return path connected to the feed point. The circuit is complete. This leads to an important point. The visible radiator is only half of the antenna system. The return path is the other half. An antenna never works by itself. Now let's perform a simple thought experiment. Imagine removing the return path completely. The vertical wire is still standing there. The transmitter is still connected, but the current has nowhere to return. The circuit is broken. Very little current can flow, and very little energy can be radiated. The wire didn't stop working because it was vertical. It stopped working because the antenna system was incomplete. Now let's compare that to a horizontal dipole. Instead of one conductor above a return path, the dipole has two conductors. Current leaves the transmitter, flows onto one side, and returns through the other. Both halves are visible. The return path is built directly into the antenna. The complete circuit exists entirely in the ear. Again, an antenna never works by itself. It always depends on a complete current path. So both antennas obey exactly the same electrical principles. The difference is simply where the return current flows. For a vertical antenna, the return path is usually below the radiator. For a dipole, the return path is the other half of the antenna. That's why they look different, but this still doesn't explain why they perform differently. To understand that, we need to include something we've ignored until now, the Earth. The Earth is much more than something antennas happen to sit on. It becomes part of the antenna system. For a vertical antenna, the return path has a major influence on efficiency. A good radial system or an effective counterpose provides a low-loss path for the return current. Without an effective return path, more current is forced through the earth, where some of that energy is lost as heat instead of being radiated. A good return path helps the antenna radiate efficiently, but efficiency is only part of the story. The other part is understanding how the earth shapes where that energy is radiated. A horizontal dipole is different. Its return path is already built into the antenna itself. Current leaves one half of the dipole and returns through the other half. The ground still affects the radiation pattern through reflection. Some radio waves travel directly outward from the antenna, while others interact with the Earth's surface before continuing outward. Together, these waves shape the overall radiation pattern. That's why the height of a horizontal antenna above ground has such a great effect on where it radiates. Now let's look at another major difference, the direction of current. In a vertical antenna, the current flows vertically. In a horizontal dipole, the current flows horizontally, and that determines the polarization of the radio wave. A vertical current produces vertical polarization. A horizontal current produces horizontal polarization. This matters because antennas communicate most efficiently when their polarization matches. A vertically polarized antenna communicates best with another vertically polarized antenna. A horizontally polarized antenna communicates best with another horizontal antenna. If the polarization doesn't match, a significant amount of signal can be lost. Orientation matters because it changes the direction of current, and the direction of current determines polarization. Another practical difference is noise. Many sources of man-made electrical noise are predominantly vertically polarized, like power lines, electrical equipment, and switching power supplies, because vertical antennas respond well to vertically polarized signals. They often receive more of this unwanted noise. Horizontal antennas frequently receive less of it. That's one reason many HF operators prefer horizontal dipoles when space allows. So when would you choose one over the other? A vertical antenna is often an excellent choice when you want a compact installation, omnidirectional coverage, or lower angle radiation that can work well for long distance communication. A horizontal antenna is often preferred when you have enough space and want reduced man-made noise or need a radiation pattern that suits your operating goals. Neither antenna is universally better. Each is designed for different situations. And now we can answer the original question. Vertical and horizontal antennas do not behave differently simply because one points up and the other stretches across the sky. They behave differently because their complete antenna systems are different. Their current paths are different. Their return paths are different. Their interaction with the Earth is different. Their polarization is different. And those differences affect efficiency, noise, and how radio waves are launched into space. Once you stop looking at antennas as simple pieces of wire and start looking at complete antenna systems, everything begins to make sense. This is Trevor from Telecom Training. If you found this video helpful and would like to see more videos like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when my next video is released. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.